Hi everyone, and welcome along to our very special series. Now, throughout COVID-19, the Fitness Business Podcast is supporting you with a series of interviews with fitness industry experts and leaders from right across the world. Now, today's interview is brought to you by our partner, MyZone. And my special guest for today is a familiar face and a good friend of the show, José Teixeira. He's the head of customer experience at SC Fitness in Portugal. Jose, welcome and thank you for joining me today.
Well, thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure.
It is an absolute pleasure, and I'm so glad that we've had a chance to catch up, and you and I were just having a quick chat. We hope starting to see a bit of a light at the end of this COVID tunnel, and we're recording this in mid-May. So I know that right around the world, we're starting to see a few changes, a few restrictions starting to lift. Every country is different, and even states and territories within those countries are different. So let's start off today. Perhaps give us a little bit of a background about SC Fitness in case anyone isn't familiar with the organisation, and maybe you could also just give us a snapshot of what the COVID landscape is like currently in Portugal.
Okay, so SC Fitness is a Portuguese company. It's a part of a group that has a lot of businesses called Sonai, that has food retail, telecom, etc. We are the fitness business of the company. We right now have 37 clubs. We have one premium club that is called One Wellness Clubs. We have our value for money brand Solinka that has 21 clubs, and then we have a low-cost brand Pump that has 15 clubs. So total 37. Our turnover is about around 40 million euros last year. This year, probably it won't be this size. And we have over 100,000 members. And in a few days, we'll see if we can keep most of them active when we reopen. So the landscape in Portugal right now is that we are starting to see some movement from our government. The Portuguese Association made some lobbying and pressure with the government, and we are having talks with the government to open in the beginning of June. So we are starting to see a light in the end of the tunnel. It's kind of awkward to see the priorities of some governments that open theaters, cinemas, restaurants, fast food, and fitness is the last. I understand obviously the health part of it is really important, and we are responsible. We agree with that. But if we can put some measures and some security and hygiene, we can open because we are health clubs, not problem clubs. So, but this is going to be changed in the next weeks. I hope in Portugal we can open our clubs because we closed in mid-March. So we are in the second month, at the end of the second month of closure. We are really, really anxious to get back into business.
Yeah, I could imagine, Jose. And I think that point that you raise about, theatres and restaurants and other industries reopening before fitness, it is one of the most common themes that I'm hearing from right across the world, and that is where the fitness industry is positioned as far as, our essential services are concerned, how it is seen by the government and by people in each of those countries. And I think that we have globally recognized that there needs to be some repositioning so that there is a better understanding of just the role that fitness plays in the health of people in general. So, and I think certainly as far as reopening the doors, I think globally so many operators out there are committed to making sure that they're following the new standards, the cleaning standards, whatever it is that we have to do to get these clubs reopened. So I think the sentiment is certainly global. And you just mentioned that you've come through, you're coming towards the end of the second month. And I think a lot of us are in a similar time frame. We certainly are here in Australia. During that period, was SC Fitness, any of the brands in your group, were they continuing to service members through virtual programming or offering anything, or did that completely stop during this time?
We did a lot of things. So when we closed, I was in Chicago going to URSA because I was going to be inducted as a board member of URSA. And then this pandemic just escalated, and I came back, and I was in the plane doing my part of the strategy. And when I landed in Portugal on Saturday, 14th of March, my CEO, I was traveling to a quarantine place because I was in an airplane in the night. So I was talking with my CEO, and we are discussing the strategy. And we started this Saturday launching content, putting our team doing things. So we were really quick. The first thing we thought is that we need to have content to our members and also to the public to engage with them and to keep our instructors motivated and working, because almost every instructor we have have a contract with us, so we pay them a salary. We have some freelancers, but most part of our team is with a salary, with a contract. So we did some things. We did challenges, so everyone would record a 15-second challenge to put on social media to engage with members. We did 30-minute classes that we are putting each day since the closure until now. We are still moving on with 30-minute classes each day for each brand for our members. Nutrition and fitness articles. We have articles and tips until December 2021. So because we have around 300 instructors doing articles and recording, a lot of instructors doing that. So we have a huge amount of content that we put on for our members. And also we launched our online gym. We had an omni-channel project that was aiming to get out on the market in 2022, and we did it in 2 weeks. So 2 years in 2 weeks. We launched our gym online with almost 200 classes a week, recorded at the instructor's home, some now in the studio, because when governments give chance of opening at least to work the studios, we can record the studios. We launched last week because the government put on a law that allows group fitness classes outdoor for 5 members. We did 2 venues in our 2 main cities to have around 250 classes a week, which short amount of people, because maximum number of people is 5 members and instructors, 6 people together. So we are putting some also outdoor gym available for members. So I need to also talk a little bit about the key strategy points that we launched from the beginning. The first one is really important for the industry, is no free content. So we give some content, limited content, to get members engaged, but this content is paid. The online gym, the outdoor gym is paid. If you have your membership, if you continue to pay your membership, you get it for free. If you freeze your membership, because we did it to all our membership base, if you want to do it without paying your monthly fee, you can pay a class or a subscription fee for the online gym. This is really important for us. The second part is to keep personal trainers engaged. So they are using an online platform, this Whereby, so they can do digital workouts. At the beginning, people didn't want to do, but when they saw this was a 2 or 3 month period of closure, we started to get a lot of people rolling in the digital part of it. So we have around 20% of the normal revenue active for the personal trainers. So I will believe that all this digital content will stay. It will not go over. Then we had some obviously clear tasks for everyone, and especially we have some changes in role descriptions, because I had some guys who work in our business intelligence department or instructors that are really audio and video guys or video editing, etc. So we now change some job descriptions because everyone needs to do something at the moment. So everyone helps. It's easier. Also, our lead team did a war room. So each week we discuss the strategy. It's really important at this time to to think and to do the best for the company. So we had some phases. We had the first phase, quick reaction to the closure. We did that. Then we started to look at costs and cost structure. We did that also. Started to plan what to do, and now we are really focused on preparing the reopening. So we purchased all the protection equipment. All the clubs are ready to open since 4th of May. And there was no chance the clubs were opening on that date because the government didn't allow us to do. But we said, well, if we can't open, we are prepared to do it. So we are really prepared to open tomorrow if we can. And this was the full strategy. So now we are just waiting for the okay to go, because we have a lot of things to do to recover from this closure.
Absolutely, Jose. So lots of questions in that, but I do want to just start off by saying congratulations on being inducted into the URSA board, even though it physically didn't quite happen. That is just so well deserved, and just wonderful to have you part of that board moving forward. Now, a couple of questions for you. The first one is, you made a really interesting comment in regards to content, because I know that there's a lot of operators and trainers out there that are big believers in giving away free content, and you made it very clear that that's not the strategy for SC Fitness, that it needs to be part of either their current membership or a paid membership. Explain that a little bit more to me. What's the strategy behind that? Obviously, it's an important part of your revenue, but what's your belief in regards to free content delivery versus paid content delivery?
You know, you can get some content for free because people need to know what type of content do you sell. So that's why we do the challenges, 15-second challenge every day, and the class. But some classes we put it on public. But keep in mind that our members pay membership fees. So if you give everything for free, first, your members can say, well, why do I pay a membership if they give access to everyone? So I'm going to send a lot of content to my members because I want to keep them engaged, and because they have a contract with me, and because they pay membership fees. That's one of the things. The second one is that instructors don't live with air and water. They live because they earn money. So if I cannot monetize my product or my service, I cannot give them money. So what I'm doing right now is that I'm keeping our freelancers, for example, engaged in receiving some money, because I can earn some money, I can distribute money to them. So for us, it's really important to see, and this movement, people are getting used to go to YouTube or Facebook and get content for free. That's okay, some of it, but you know, you need to live on monetizing things. Your business is a transaction. So maybe we can look at this, give some of it, but if you do it for free, people will get used to it and will say to you, now I will not pay for it, because this is a commodity right now.
Yeah.
That's the thing we don't want to do ever in our business, because you know, you see how the market is going the last 20 years. Fitness, the membership fees are going down. You know, the first Solinka club, the monthly fee was 100 euros a month in 1995. Now the average monthly fee is around 35, 40 euros. So everything changed, everything went up, rent, electricity, and we are going down. If we commoditize our business, if it's for free, we will not have a business. But everyone is happy to do this, but no money involved. And also, we need to put fitness more in the motivation and health part of it. The entertainment part of the fitness is really good. We do an excellent job, but we don't do a good job motivating people and doing the health part of it. And that's key right now. Chantal, everyone can work out at home, outdoor, but it's not the same. That's what I think as an operator, that I will lose customers for the unemployment rate or for the I have no money part of it. I cannot lose customers because, well, it's the same to work out at home. It's impossible. It's impossible. So we need to put a project to give motivation to members and to give health. And this has to be paid because we are fitness professionals. Almost every one of my instructors are really good instructors. They have a degree, they are talented, and they deserve to be paid by the content they deliver to members.
Very, very well said, Jose. And one of the words that you used in there was motivation, or keeping people motivated. And it occurred to me that all of those employees that you have been able to keep engaged with the brand because they've continued to create content and engage with the members, how has the motivation worked for them? Because I'm sure, like everyone else in the world, we all went through this period of shock and everyone was affected in some way by the news of COVID-19, personally and professionally. How were you able to keep all of your team members motivated and engaged with the brand at a time that they were physically distant from it? They weren't working in the clubs, they were working from home. Were there any other ways that you kept them motivated throughout this time?
I think it was a job that we made the last 4 or 5 years to create a culture of just giving everything we have. It was natural for us to have our instructors by our side. And this is difficult because some of them I'm not working full-time right now because we need to save some money. But even without instructors, and some of them are facing some difficulties all over the country, but also our instructors are facing challenges. They understand that they need to help the company. The company is ours, not because we possess them, but because we work on them. It's like this is part of us. One of the things we need to do is communicate and give them confidence that we will thrive. Obviously, the company is a big company. They feel that we are not at risk of closing. This is important for us also. The part of giving confidence to listen to what they have to say. Look, we are preparing the reopening, and we have a group, a think tank of 25 instructors doing proposals for the reopening. So don't think that someone really smart at the top of the company does all the things. It's impossible. This is a teamwork. I will believe that one part of the motivation is culture. The other is I feel I'm responsible for keeping this company great. That's where I feel with people. Obviously, some are upset, some are with problems because they have family members that are infected or with problems. But communication is key to get them engaged and involved, and we will get through this moment. Obviously, when we continue to give tasks to them, if you have to record a class, do an article or a podcast, you feel like you are contributing to the company to stay afloat. So I would believe that this is almost everything bad for us, money-wise, financially-wise. But obviously, I'm an optimistic guy. I think and I will reiterate that financially this is a disaster, but we will get stronger as an industry and as a company because we are going to pass through this storm. It's going to be a big storm because probably some guys will lose their job, some companies will go bankrupt, and this is a huge problem for us. Some people will get some tough days, but I believe that the fitness industry will boom after this. Chantal, everyone needs us. This industry is the only thing that can help the human body to survive a virus like this. It's fitness and nutrition. It's our business. It has our name written. We saw the first scientific studies about COVID saying 96% of people who die have a poor physical activity, have a high body mass index above 25. So everything that we stand for against, I will see that 2 years from now, we'll get a boom in, not right now because everyone is scared about leaving their houses and going to crowded places. But when the thing goes back to whatever normal it is, people will go more for their health, not because their car doesn't help them, the money, the houses, everything material doesn't help. Their health and their well-being is more important. So fitness is first. We will go up in the necessity ladder on people's mind, but we have to navigate through a storm. So it's a difficult way to do it, but we need to do it anyway.
I love that, Jose. We will go up on the necessity ladder, and people do need us and need our industry. And I love your positive outlook and sort of looking towards the future of what things might look like. And we will absolutely, I'm a firm believer as well, that we will be stronger off the back of this time. Now, just to wrap everything up today, Jose, we did talk briefly. You mentioned that pretty much from the 4th of May, you were ready to reopen those doors. So for our Keep Me Fit Bizperation today, what advice would you give to club owners and operators out there to ensure that their clubs and their team are prepared for reopening their doors when the time comes?
So first of all, try to do scenarios, different scenarios. Be prepared. Prepare for the worst, for not having members, or for the best, having all of them back. So prepare scenarios. But to be really prepared to reopen, you need to have your staff prepared, because we are all concerned with our members, but keep in mind that our instructors pass 8 hours, 10 hours a day in our gym. So they are the ones who will get the exposure to the virus right now. So keep them safe, keep them confident, because they are doing a good thing to the society. Prepare and train them with videos. Go step by step to the member journey, because it will all change. People will get temperature. Well, every club has its own measure in every country. The temperature, the hygiene, if you appoint or not your entry at the club, the new normal on the pool, on the group fitness, and especially one key message is to treat members with a covered smile, because we have masks. People cannot see our smile, but they will see the positive part of the business. They will go back to the clubs and see, well, this was a really good part of my life. I miss this. I am in a good place. I really miss the positivity, because when you go to a fitness club, you see instructors smiling and with energy and doing the good part of your day. You are going to be your face covered, but you need to engage positivity with members so that they can be motivated to come back. Because if everyone is like masks and some things for their face, and this look like nuclear place. I usually talk, it looks like Chernobyl. Don't do that. You need to obviously to protect your members and protect your staff. Give as normal feel as you can in the club, so that the member doesn't go to the club and see all the things out of service, classes with 1 or 2 people, and if he loses the engagement that he has. So one advice that I give is to really plan, but treat members really well, welcome them. One guy in the webinar told me, "Are you going to throw a party?" And I said, "I'm not into parties right now, because we are really focused on reopening, really serious about financing our businesses." Yes, he was right. We need to make a good thing of it when we reopen, because we don't have any chance. And then also try to have a plan to recover member usage, because this is going to be key. You know, Paul Bedford is always saying usage. I'm a huge follower of Paul, and a friend of his. Is
we love guy. Paul. We love Paul.
And the thing is always right. And when we have all the members are sleepers, because they are not our gyms for 60 days, you look at them and you see what are the new normal, what kind of behavior are they going to do? So my advice is to wait and see the first 15 days, see how much members can you collect, if they return or not, if they cancel, if they suspend their memberships. And 15 days after you open, you have a clear image of the damage or not that your company has. So that the scenario that I was talking about, to be prepared to lose 20%, 10%, 50%, all the members, have all scenarios in place, because you cannot be surprised if a lot of people cancel. People are out of jobs, people are moving, they are afraid to leave their homes. The governments, depends on the government if they feel that fitness is important. Look at the UK. People, Boris Johnson is now saying we are going to fight obesity. That's huge for the fitness market. But at the same time, they are opening in October. So you have good news, bad news. Be prepared for all the scenarios, because when you open, you have to look, are you going to get a second wave? Are people having afraid of you? Just look what type of members enter the facility: older, younger, men, women. What kind of members? Are the routines and routes of the members are going to change? Business people are going to stay at home at least until December. So are they changing their routines? Are corporate gyms going to lose the proximity factor? So a lot of doubts. I don't have the answers. My advice is be prepared, make all kind of scenarios, and then stick with what happens in your club, in your country, in your city, because you need to react fast. If any word I could give from this pandemic, it will be agility. Act fast, move fast, and for some companies is not easy, but you need to be agile. You don't know if you are going to be a mid-market, a low-cost, or a premium operator. You need to see what happens. So no one has the answers. My advice will be prepared for any scenario.
Jose, I think that word that you just used is so key. Have agility, be agile. And I think it is the operators that have been agile and made those swift changes, and also being fluid and being willing to make those changes that we've seen starting to survive through this time. So yeah. Wonderful advice. And I also just want to acknowledge your advice around looking at different scenarios. So don't assume anything, be prepared for absolutely anything that could possibly happen, because we do not know. This is uncharted territory. So look at all different scenarios. And yeah. The advice that you've shared with us today has been so valuable, Jose. So we are very, very grateful that you took the time to join us on the show here today. I know it won't be the last time. I really look forward to the next time that you join us, as we did back in December of last year. But just very best wishes to you and to all of the team at SC Fitness. I hope that we start to see that light at the end of the tunnel sooner rather than later. We are absolutely feeling this all over the world. So we're grateful for your contribution today, and thank you for sharing that advice with all of the FBP family.
Thank you, Chantal. It was a really pleasure to come back to the show and to be able to share. I think the industry will be recognized as the industry who moved faster in the market. I'm really grateful that almost every operator in the world, even my competitors, reacted really well. Everyone giving things free or not, but the lesson we will take for this pandemic is our industry is one of the greatest industries in the world. So I'm really grateful being part of it, and your role in it is also incredible, to be able to give this content to members all around the world and to share experiences. Thank you a lot.
Oh, absolute pleasure. I feel very blessed to be able to do this. So Jose, all the best, and we will catch up with you again soon. What an incredible conversation with Jose today. I'm so grateful for his time and his contribution to the show, and I'm sure that all of you have taken a lot away from today's interview, and especially good timing, as hopefully there will be some doors opening soon around the world. So as we finish off today, I do want to say another thank you to our podcast partner MyZone, and I would also like to thank our friends at MX Metrics for their support. Without the support of any of our sponsors and partners, these episodes would not be possible. So a huge thank you to all of our partners. So that concludes another episode of our COVID-19 series. We just have a couple more to go before we return to the normal weekly show. So if you want to check out any of the past episodes that we have done over the past 8 weeks, head to fitnessbusinesspodcast.com/COVID-19-videos. That's all from me today, and I'll see you next week.